we have finished till by. Okay, now we'll go further than by. See, first I'll be finishing with the theoretical study of this chapter. Okay, and then once I am over with all the contents, then we'll start with the practical class of this. Okay, because until and unless you don't make the draw by yourself, you won't understand things clearly. Okay, uh, audible is okay, but making it practically is very important, and it is a short question, students, of making a draw. Okay, there are various methods that I will be teaching you. Okay, so we'll be having the theoretical study first, then practical. Okay, so always remember, the most important thing is the next highest number of 2 in the power of 2. Okay, like for example, the teams are 11, 15, 13. Okay, like for example, you have 12 teams, so it is very simply understood that 6 will go in the upper half. There are two halves. Okay, two halves in the fixture. Okay, for example, all the 12 teams can't be in one group. Okay, so just to keep it simplified, what we do is we make uh, a fixture of two halves. Okay, like for example, if the teams are say around 53 teams are there, then what we'll do, we'll make 4. Okay, so as the highest number, so we go. So you have to keep it to two equal halves. Okay, you don't have to understand about 4 5, just keep it to two equal halves. So just to make it balance. Okay, now 12 teams, it is very obvious that 6 will go up and 6 will come down. Okay, what if 13 is there? So in 13, we'll take the next highest number of the power of 2. Okay, like for example, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, and so it keeps on going on. Okay, so when we are talking about number 13, team number is 13, so 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, that is 4 twos. Okay, that will give you 16. Okay, so the next highest number in the power of 2 to 13 is 16. So the draw will be based on 16 teams. Okay, so that will give us 8 up and 8 down, so that will make it balance. Okay, and so is how you find out how many buys are to be given. Okay, so the formula for giving buys is very simple: the next highest number of the power of 2 minus the total number of teams. Okay, so we are taking the example of 13 over here. So 16 minus 13, that will be 3. So 3 buys has to be given. I know, with just with audio you are not able to understand it that simply. When once we'll draw it on the paper, it will be very simple. Once I finish with the chapter theoretical study, then we'll do the practical of all these, how to make a draw. Okay, now the procedure of giving buys is as follow. Like for example, you are giving say 5 buys. Okay, take the example of 5 buys. Okay, so the first buy that has to be given, now you understood the two halves are there. Okay, and in that two halves you have to write down the number of teams. Okay, so the first buy is given to the last team of lower half. सबसे नीचे आएगा पहला. The first buy is given to the last team of lower house. So the last team, the downward team, that will have the first buy. The second buy is given to the first team of upper half. Now the top team, okay, upper half ka bhi top team, okay, that will have the second buy. Now the third buy will be given to the team second. Okay, sorry, first team of the lower half. Like for example, you have 13 teams. Okay, on a paper you have to write down 1 2 3 4 5 6, goes on till 13. So the first buy will be given to the number 13, that is the last number. Okay, then the second buy will be given to obviously the first one. Okay, so number 1 goes over there. Now the third buy will be given to, if you will bifurcate the upper half and lower half, no, so the top team of upper half, okay, that will have the third bye. Okay, then the fourth bye is given to the last team of upper half. Okay, so I know it's a bit confusing for you students, but once we'll get the practical class of this, it will be very easy for you to understand. It's not that typical. Okay, and then the next buys will be given to in the same order. So you just need to remember the things that I'm saying. Okay, that will be easier for you to understand the content. Now the basic things, advantages of knockout tournament. What are the advantages of knockout tournament? These are less expensive. Okay, it takes hardly any amount to conduct the knockout matches, because it's just do or die. Okay, you lose, you go back home, you're not getting a second chance. You don't have to hold to the accommodation and meals and all. If you lose a match, you go back home. Helpful in enhancing standard of sports. Okay, that is quick judgments are there. Okay, it requires less time to complete the tournament. Again, when there are no league matches, okay, the teams are not going to stay back. Okay, हारो और घर जाओ, तो it takes less time. Minimum number of officials are required. Again, minimum number of officials. If less duration of time, so obviously the officials will also be less. Okay, now what are the disadvantages of knockout tournament? There are many chances of elimination of good teams in preliminary round. See, it is very common thing. Okay, if in knockout tournaments, what happens at times, good teams or the better teams, they lose and they have to go back. Okay, rather than in league tournaments they get a second chance. Okay, so that is the drawback. There are many chances of weak teams to enter in the final round. Now if the good teams are out, it happens many a times that the good team has lost to a the winning team, and the weak team that was not supposed to move further has reached to the finals. It happens in many a times. Okay, spectators may not have enough interest in the final round. Why? Because if the weak team is gone up, then it will be a one-sided match. Okay, so the final won't be so interesting for the spectators or the audience. Okay, now this is how you make a fixture. Okay, this once I'll finish up with the theoretical study, then we'll get back to this thing. Okay, with a paper and pen. Now, methods of preparing fixtures for knockout tournament. See, the first thing that you have to keep in mind is total number of teams participating in the tournament. Okay, how many teams? 13, 11, 17, 19. And whenever you practice this thing, students, for your benefit, okay, for your board exam, always remember to practice on an odd number. Okay, because even number, it's very simple. We know half of the things are already on our fingertips, but in odd you have to use the formulas. Okay, so please, whenever you practice with odd number. Okay, so the first thing is total number of teams participating in the tournament, that you have to keep in mind. Okay, second is total number of matches to be played in the tournament, that you have to keep in mind. Okay, through this, students, you can there are formulas written, so you please note these formulas down. Okay, because when we'll be having a practical class, it will be very easy for you to understand it. Okay, you can make out. So just write down, like for example, the first one is total number of teams, so you can use it like n. Okay, we use to the alphabet for total number of teams is n. Okay, so you, wherever n is there, that means total number of teams will come over there. For example, if the total number of team is 11, so wherever n is coming, okay, wherever n is written, that means we have to write down 11 over there. Simple as that. Okay, so the second one is total number of matches to be played in the tournament. How many matches, that also we can make out. Okay, it's not that चले ही जा रहा है चले ही जा रहा है. No, how many matches are going to be played, which team is going to play with which team, everything is pre-decided. Okay, so that is why we people are so confused during the tournament time. Okay, especially we physical education teachers, because all this is our work, so we know everything. Okay, So formula for calculating number of matches, how many matches will be there, is very simple. That is n minus 1. Okay, so 11 minus 1, that is 10. So total 10 matches will be there. And again, it is a common sense question that n minus 1. Okay, so 11 minus 1. Now 11 itself is not going to play with 11, so we can't have that 11 matches over there, right? I think you are getting this point, because this is a very basic thing. Okay, 11 minus 1, I am not going to play with myself, I am going to play with other teams. So there, if there are 11 teams, obviously the number of matches will be 10. Okay, because I am not going to play with myself, I am going to play with other 10 teams. Okay, so that is okay. Now the third point, total number of rounds played in the tournament depends upon two things: the number of team playing in the tournament, okay, the highest nearest number from the total number of team of the power of 2. See, I have already explained it to you. It is very simple how to note down the number of rounds. Okay, for example, if 11 teams are there, okay, here you have to only focus on the power of 2 number, okay, which is the highest next number, nearest number. Like for example, 11, 13, 15, we are calculating these with 16, that is the next power of 2 number. Okay, and what is power of 2 number? I hope students, you are 12th class students, you know it. Okay, so 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, then it goes on. 2 into 2 is 4, then 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, that is why I'm saying 16 over here. Okay, so that is how you calculate the power of 2 number. Okay, so the highest nearest number from the total number of teams of power of 2, that you have to mention. Okay, then next is a method of determining the number of teams in upper half and lower half. See, this is again another important aspect. Okay, like for example, you have 13 teams. Now every team is going to fight why I'll be down, because you are not getting the balance equal teams. Okay, so how you are going to make it a balance one, that you will understand over here. Just keep noting the formulas, so it will be easy for you. See, if the number of team is even, okay, then equal number of teams will be divided in both halves. I have already explained it to you. That is very easy. Okay, like for example, you have 12. So what you will do is 12 upon 2, that is 6. Equal number of teams are distributed. You have 10 teams. Okay, 10 upon 2, 5. 5 up, 5 down. Simple. Okay, but what if the number is odd? Okay, so if the number of teams is odd, the following method is applied. Okay, so the upper half, the formula for upper half is n plus 1 upon 2. So as I told you, n is always showing us the number of teams. So for example, it is 11. Okay, so 11 plus 1 upon 2, that gives you 12 upon 2, that gives you 6. So number of teams in upper half will be 6, and so is for the lower half, n minus 1 upon 2, that will give you 5. So 6. Now out of 11, according to the formula, we have got our equal halves. Okay, 6 up, 5 down, no team can argue on this. Okay, this maths has been, this statics have been done by, so no team can argue on this. Okay, so it's very simple thing. Oh, I hope I'm clear with upper half and lower half. It's two simple formulas which you need to remember. Okay, and once you do the practical thing of it, you practice on your own, you'll be very easily, hardly in 2 minutes you'll make the full entire fixture. And it is a confirmed question that comes every year. Okay, making a fixture, making a draw of teams is an every year question in board exam. So you have to, only thing is the the pattern keeps changing, I mean the method keeps changing. Okay, so it can be they'll ask you for knockout or the league tournament or cyclic method. Okay, these are the only ones they ask. Okay, so you have to be very short about all four. Okay, anything is asked to you, you have to put it with formulas and done. Step by step, how you do in math, so step by step everything has to be confirmed. Okay, that we'll do it in our practical class. So now the fifth point is the number of buys in a knockout tournament are decided by subtracting total number of teams from the highest nearest number in power of 2. See, I have already explained you students. For example, the number of team is 11. Next highest number is 16. 16 minus 11, that will give you 5. So 5 buys will be given. Okay, so that is very simple thing. Okay, next is, yes, again there's a draw of fixture, how you have to make it. Okay, how you have to use the total, step by step is there. Okay, see, there is one another important thing which is not mentioned over here, that is number of buys. Now, like for example, here it is taken 17. Okay, number of teams is 17, then total number of matches, that is n minus 1. Okay, so that is 17 minus 1, that gives you 16. Getting it? It's very clear. Next is number of teams in the upper half. Okay, so n plus 1 upon 2, that is 17 plus 1, that is 9. Okay, next is number of teams in the lower half, n minus 1 upon 2, that is 8. Okay, total number of buys, next highest number to 17 is 32. If you calculate it, so 16 twos are 32. So 32 minus 17, you are getting 15 buys. Okay, it's a huge number. Giving 15 buys is a very typical thing. So until unless you are not prepared with it, you won't be able to. The number of buys, this is what I am talking about. Okay, so 15 buys. Now how you will segregate it, in how many in the upper half and how many in the lower half? So you have to just remember the number of teams, how you have given it, no, upper half and lower half. You have to just reciprocal the formulas. Okay, yeah, there it was n plus 1 upon 2 for upper half. Now it becomes nb minus 1, that is number of buys. Nb stands for number of buys. So number of buys in upper half is nb minus 1 upon 2, that will give you 7. Okay, same way number of buys in lower half, so nb plus 1 upon 2, that will give you 8. And total number of rounds, that is 4. According to 32, it will be 4. Okay, then coming to league tournament. Okay, league, in this type each team plays, I have already explained it to you students. League is very simple, every team has to play with every team. Okay, whereas in knockout the team loses, goes back home. Over here every team has to play with each other, and that kind of one is called single league tournament. Double league, every team has to play twice, that happens in IPL. Okay, cyclic method, in cyclic method, if the number of team is an even number, the team number 1 is fixed on the top of right hand side, and then other team number is in ascending order. See, this is a bit confusing thing for you, I know. Once we are on the practical class, within a minute you will understand all these things. Okay, so leave it for that. In practical class I'll explain it to you without any confusion. Okay, this is how you make the uh, cyclic method fixture. Okay, here it will be very confusing for you, you won't understand how the cycle is going. So in our practical, once I am finished with the chapter, I'll explain everything to you. Okay, see, next is combination tournaments. Okay, combination tournaments are very simple, students. How you merge both of them, that is league and knockout. Okay, combination is combining both of them. Okay, like in IPL, first they have the league tournament, that is also double league tournament. Okay, each team plays with each team twice. Okay, then after that, in the second stage, they are having it knockout. Okay, the team that loses goes back home. So that is just simply the combination of two various tournaments in one. Okay, so that is combination tournaments, and that can only be done if the number of teams are less. Okay, we can't go doing this for 25 teams and 30 teams, it will take a lot of time. You yourself imagine in IPL we have 7 8 teams and still it goes on for a month. Okay, what will happen if the team number is 23, okay, 45? Okay, it will take almost a year to complete it. So it can only, we hardly have this combination tournament. It's maximum for fun sake. Okay, next and the last topic I guess of the tournament is intramural and extramural. Okay, it is a very simple thing, students. You just need to remember intra and extra. Okay, intra is simply between the walls or inside the walls, that is intra. Okay, and extra means outside the walls. Okay, now what walls these are? For example, our school St. Francis has the basketball ground, okay, the main gate and everything, or it's covered from all four sides, right? So that is intra. Now whatever games, whatever sports, whatever tournament we are having inside our school is known as intramural, whereas our St. Francis team goes out to play with other schools, that is known as extramural. Okay, so intramural tournaments, simple examples, that is inter-house activities, best example. Okay, where our own students are playing with our own students, so that is intramural activities. Extramural, when our St. Francis school teams are going for district tournaments to other schools, playing with other schools, that is extramural. Okay, so it's a basic thing. Now I'll go with the language. That says intramural is derived from the Latin word that is intra and muralist. Intra means within and muralist means wave, wall. It is actually wall. So we can say that the activities which are performed within the within the walls, it is very simple. I have already explained it to you. It is God knows shuffling around over here and there. So intramural sports satisfy the needs for structured sports activity between students from various schools, organization or institutions. Extramurals means competition outside walls. It is very understandable. You just need to understand extra and intra. Okay, so that is what the basic thing is all about. Okay, extramural is derived from the Latin word extra and wall, so outside the wall. Again, simple thing. Objectives of extramural: to provide experience to students, going out playing with other students gives you experience. To improve the standard of sports, that is the basic thing. To broaden the base of sports, common thing. Yeah, it's over here. So the intramural sports means competition within the wall. Again and again, the same thing will be coming. Objectives of intramural. Why do we have inter-house competitions in our school? That is to provide opportunity to every student to participate in games and sports, to give a specific message to everyone. Okay, the programs motivate and create the feeling to take part in these programs, sports programs. People become health conscious and try to remain fit and stay healthy for as long as possible. These specific sports programs are usually organized by the federations, state government, NGO, etc., to create health consciousness among the people and take part in health related sports program. See, understandable content, students. Why we have the specific sports program? It is to organize or to generate health benefits to people. Okay, how to stay healthy. So we have marathons, long runs, okay, cross countries. Okay, every year Delhi organizes 2 to 3 marathons. Okay, and they have a specific cause for it. Okay, more and more people of all ages should take part in such sports program. Specific sports programs are such programs of sports which are not usually related to competition. There is not actual competition. Okay, you get prizes over there, but you don't have a specific certificate, or you are not going to get a job out of it, but it's for fun sake. Okay, so these programs have various objectives such as creating awareness among people regarding unity. Run for Unity is also there, where all the religions are, you don't know whether the partner running next to you is Hindu, Muslim, Christian, or who. Okay, or health and diseases, etc. Okay, it's a simple thing. Now, what are the various types of specific programs? Okay, in our school we have sports day, that is for you know benefit of, in in only in our school we are having it. Okay, others are not participating with us, so that is also you are not going to get a job out of that one medal that you have won in our sports day. Okay, so it's just for health benefit. It gives you health benefits, it's keeping you fit, that's all. Then second, you have health run. Okay, health run, these are organized by health departments to eliminate the standard of health in our country. Okay, run for fun. Now what is run for fun? Yeah, you can take cross country for it. Okay, but in our cross country we are in other cross countries, that is happening on a huge number, where the entire city, entire state, or even India is participating. So that is run for fun. Run for unity, again a special message to show unity, peace among the people of different religion. Run for specific cause, that is cancer, girl child, go green, about AIDS. Okay, there are so n number of noble purpose that you can arrange a run for it. So with this, the entire chapter is over. Okay, tomorrow we'll be having the practical class for this chapter because it is very important. So please be ready at 11:30 with a pen and a notebook. Okay, because you have to note down everything, and I'll give you homework also on based on this, so you have to do it. Okay, okay, thank you.